then I will use ESRF, which is Economic and Social Research Foundation, as a case study to show how we have used data and statistics in various assignments to support socioeconomic development in Tanzania, both at the macro, national, regional, sub-regional, action research, as well as training. Then I will conclude. So as I do my presentation, you will notice that I'll be showing some statistics so that you know that I know. To back some of the arguments that I will be sharing today. So as I was given this task to talk about the role of official statistics and big data for economic transformation and sustainable development in Tanzania, this is the theme for this year's ESTEC. I was calling ESTC, but I had ESTEC, so I'm learning first. And it resonates with the 2023 Africa Statistics Day theme, which is on modernizing data ecosystem to accelerate Africa Continental Free Trade Area, the role of official statistics and big data in economic transformation in Africa. So as I mentioned, this presentation will also bring in some of the work we have done at ESRF using data and statistics to support socioeconomic development. So next year will be it'll be 30 years since our institution was found, and so we have done a lot of this work using data as well as official statistics. So I'll go to next and next. So what is I was asked to talk about the importance of official statistics and data in economic transformation and sustainable development. So I thought it would be important to talk a little bit about economic transformation, what it entails, as well as sustainable development. So when you talk about economic transformation, it has to do with the structural change of the economy away from dependence on agriculture towards industry services, accompanied by demographic transition from high birth and death rates to low birth and death rates. And for it to work, economic transformation to work for human development, it's very important for the process to go hand in hand with creation of employment opportunities, income growth as well as social provisioning. And the meaningful economic transformation includes growth characterized by widespread of poverty reduction and improvement in living standards. And Tanzania as a country, its development has always aspired to transform structure of the economy. As most of you are aware, or maybe you followed on December 9th when the president received the evaluation of Vision 2025. Just a quick excerpt here. The economy will have been transformed from low productivity agricultural economy to some industrialized one led by modernized and high productive agriculture activities, which are effectively integrated and buttressed by supporting industrialization activities. So when we talk again about economic transformation, because if you think about us, we are all working in diverse endeavors here. There are students, there are researchers, there are teachers, there's administrations, private sector. So our ultimate objective is to contribute to the national development process. And we also know that the ultimate objective of any development process is to improve people's welfare. And it means that we are working at various capacities with the purpose of enhancing people's well-being. So for many years, it has been believed and assumed that this objective of transforming economy can be met merely by increasing countries' output, national incomes measured by GDP, and then it can trickle down to individuals. And also we know that growth matters, but the nature and characteristic of growth process taking place in a particular country is also very important. For instance, job-rich versus jobless growth. So, So I want to just show you just some next some comparison here of data statistics. So we're talking about economic transformation, and when we talk about economic transformation, there are two sectors of the economy that most Tanzanians are crowded, right? SMEs and agriculture. True or false? So I'm trying to see if you are awake or listening. True or false? Most Tanzanians are in agriculture as well as small and medium enterprises. Yes. So, and just a little bit, some data to compare Tanzania and other countries. So, small and medium enterprises Tanzania contribute only to 22.6% of the GDP, and more than 80% of home employment. So SMEs employ about 80% of people. In Indonesia, just look at that comparison. In Indonesia, if you want to see where we are, SMEs contribute to 58.3% of the GDP and 8 to 95% employment generation. In China, 90% of countries' enterprises. So here I want to show you that how if we have data, we can compare, because if you don't have data, you may think that we are doing great, we have a lot of SMEs, but if we compare ourselves with other countries, we see that how much their SMEs contribute to their GDP, but also employment. But as I mentioned earlier, when you talk about economic transformation, it's very important to look at the population growth. And always, population growth has to go hand in hand with economic transformation. You can't have high population growth, but then have, lower growth, economic growth. So in Tanzania, for instance, our growth rate is around 3.2, according to the last year census, compared to the overall economic growth, which is about 6 to 7%, but 4% in agriculture. Agriculture takes more than 60% of our people. And also, I just want to show you some statistics here to show the importance. So Tanzania, we are now into the medium income. We are now in the low medium income country, and this was the goal that we put when we were preparing the Tanzania Development Vision 2025. And ideally, 8% of GDP of growth is the one for lower and medium income countries. And for us, about in 2021, it was 7.7%. And in 2021, before COVID, it was 6.7%. So just go through another slide. Yes, right there. So I want to show you, so we can have these numbers, right? But they don't have any meaning if there are no stories behind the numbers. So that's why it's very important to triangulate. Most of us, and I know most of you here who are statisticians or aspiring to be ones, you focus only on one methodology and share your findings or your analysis. But the stories behind the numbers are very important, because we had our goals, right? And then we haven't reached our goals. Why? So now we're talking about COVID, we're talking about Russia-Ukraine war, or drought. So you have to explain why you set your goals and you haven't reached your goals. Next. And so where we are now, in terms of growth, our economy now is growing at 5.2%, and next year it's expected to grow at 6.1%. That's from the government forecast, which is also the job of statisticians. But the good news is those global rating institutions, they have rated us into B+, B2+, and B+. So we have a positive outlook. We are doing better. But also, when we talk about economic transformation, you have to have a diversified and semi-industrialized economy, right? So key success, increasing contribution of industries to GDP. So I just want to share some statistics as well. on where we are now. So we have really improved compared to where we are maybe in 2000. Our manufacturing have increased, and I'm sharing this statistics. You can go to the next one, just to start showing you the importance of statistics and data for socioeconomic transformation, because we wouldn't know where we are, how is our economy growing, how the manufacturing sector, which is mostly in most developed countries employs most of the people, how does it contribute to the growth or the revenue. Can we go to the next? And then sustainable development. When you talk about sustainability, this means that the present generations can meet their needs without compromising future generations. So that's nowadays, even the sustainable development goals, the aim is to focus on sustainability of the planet. And most of you, maybe you know now, like now there is COP28 in Dubai. So all these people, all these leaders of the world getting together to have a conversation on how we can link our policies, our plan, and our growth with environment. And we as a country recognize that, and we are taking care of the natural resources, natural assets, and we are committing to sustainable use of land, protection, well-being of wildlife, forestry, fisheries, lakes, oceans, land, minerals, and other endowments. So what is the role of statistics in supporting economic transformation and sustainable development as the key key area which I'm going to discuss about this talk? So data and statistics, which I think most of you guys, this is where you are playing with. So they are very important, as I've shared a few statistics and data, because they show significant contribution of the country's economic transformation and sustainable development agenda. And these statistics, sometimes most of us, even for those who are not quantitative or than statisticians, we don't think we are always working with data or statistics at an individual level. When you want to plan, when you want to buy a car, when you want to move to a certain place, you want to say, what's the population? Is there my house of worship around there? How many? What's the distance? Where's the distance to school? We are always playing with data. Most of us also, we can talk a little bit more about big data. Most of us, when we have phones, like the phone companies are some of the richest people with data, or what we call big data, or industries. Or have you noticed sometimes when you buy things online, every time you open your browser, the same things keep popping. You have been profiled. So because those people really have lots of rich or wealth of data for their own planning. So it's very important, data and official statistics. And it starts at the individual level, household, sector, society, all the way to national and global level. And at the country level, statistics are used in monitoring national development plans through some agreed monitoring indicators. And also, when we talk about statistics, they're also used to track progress in the implementation of regional global development frameworks such as African Development Agenda 2023 and SDGs. And the statistics are also useful as a way of ensuring transparency and accountability. And there are measures for countries if you are really adhering to human resources. There's less corruption. There are also some indices which measures that. And also we can use to review for resource mobilization, availability and management or execution of our development vision. So just a little bit about the institution I work. As I mentioned, we were established to provide policy analysis at various levels, but mostly important, what we are doing is to collect information and share it with whether it's the government, civil society organizations, or private sector, for them to do some of the plan or do policy analysis and development management in general. So as a think tank, our work supports national efforts for economic transformation and sustainable development through research, policy engagement, and development. So, how do we use data and statistics? So here now I want to show a little bit how do we use data at the macro, regional, national, and subnational level. So as a country, for instance, we have prepared the Tanzania Development Vision 2025, which was launched in 2000. So this process took 5 years of preparation. And at that particular, we have to come up with the data. What will be the baseline data, which 25 years later we'll be measuring ourselves against? For instance, life expectancy, education, growth enrollment ratios. Like how many hospitals are within, how many kilometers can people walk to find a health center? What is the, there's a lot of indicators. What is, how many women, the stunting rate, for instance, like food and nutrition security. So there are a lot of baseline data which were put in place, and we just finished reviewing it 22 years later, and there's a lot of progress. So it's very, very important, and it was critical to have data and statistics in order to plan for the vision. And now that the country is embarking on the next vision, there will be a baseline that will be needed, and so hence the importance of data and statistics is really critical. And so as the 2025 vision was also put in place, there have been it has to be broken down to national 5-year development plans, and each of the plans there are some specific priorities, and you have to have indicators for FYDP 1, 2, and 3. All this for the process of realizing the development vision. So as you can see, this is just some of the very, very important documents that we have worked on. Tanzania Human Development Report 2014 and 2017. One was an economic transformation for human development, but also National 5-Year Development Plan, which was nurturing industrialization for economic transformation and human development. So all these were government documents, but they work with researchers and statisticians to have some data to measure where we are as a country when it comes to human development, when it comes to other indicators that we have put in place. And what was critical in all this was the role of data and statistics. And so this was at the national or macro level. So you can see even at the parliament, let me just read this short script from the Minister of Finance in 2023-2024 when he was preparing for the 4-year plan. Madam Speaker, in assessing performance and implementation of National Strategy for Growth and Reduction of Poverty, the government continues to monitor, analyze, and evaluate the national growth and reduction of poverty, in order to identify outcomes, challenges, measures to be taken, so as to bring the desired results. The results of NSRGP2 implementation have been reported in Mkukuta Annual Implementation Report in 2023-2024 and Millennium Development Goals Report of 2014. In addition, for the first time, the government has prepared and published Tanzania Human Development Report 2014. The report analyzes and compares development and social well-being of Tanzanians over time and across regions. So you can see even our policymakers use data and statistics. And then 2017, there was another human development report. Do you know how they measure human development using HDI, the indexes? I'm not teaching today, but so I won't go into detail of that. But I think it's very, very important. Tanzania, it's between 0 and 1, and Tanzania we're at 0.55 at the moment, HDI. But also, further, we use data and statistics to set targets. I'm sure, Rector, when every year or when you are doing your 5 years plan, you set some targets. Maybe in 5 years, I need to have this many students, and maybe the pass rate is 90% or 95%. So those are the targets, and that's it's not just because it's from this college, but every institutions, they have to set targets. So for us as a country, we set a target of building a strong and competitive industrial economy. And so we were hoping to be, as a middle-income country in 2025, our per capita per annum will be 3,000. But I think as of last year was 1.2 something.
Guest of honor, I appreciate this opportunity to offer remarks on behalf of the EastTech management at this sixth EastTech convocation today. I further appreciate the presence of our guest of honor, who is Professor Fortunata Songoro Makene, who is also the Executive Director of ECRF. I equally appreciate the presence of all invited guests. I am grateful for the generous contribution of the benefactors who have supported us with various equipment and gift awards to students in this academic year. I'm excited by the theme and topic of this year's convocation. The theme and topic allow this gathering to catch up, reflect, and contribute openly to issues that are relevant in the official statistics field and other related fields. Career development, research, and teaching. Dear guests of honor, as you are aware, convocation within academic institutions are a well-established tradition. It's an academic ceremony that gathers academicians, students, alumni, public and private sector stakeholders, and benefactors. It is a time for the university community to catch up with alumni, welcome new students, begin new ones, and continue to establish relations with stakeholders and benefactors of our institution. It's time to exchange views on topical issues within the sector we work in, teach, research, and innovate. Dear guest of honor, in this convocation, I want to point out one significant development that has occurred in our center. That is the implementation of Higher Education for Economic Transformation Project, which is abbreviated as HEET or HEET. EastTech is one of the beneficial institutions, and the projects have added more emphasis on higher learning institution collaboration within the industry professionals to enhance curriculum relevance and open pathways for innovation to flow from our institution to the industry through entrepreneurship. This is the new standard for pursuing development in a modern way. For this matter, events like this convocation present an opportunity for industry stakeholders to share generously and collaborate. Dear guest of honor, as I end my remarks, I welcome you to the 9th graduation ceremony of the Eastern Africa Statistical Training Center that will take place tomorrow, 14th December 2023 at Bilbani City Conference Hall. I'm also aware that today and in this gathering, awards will be presented to staff and students with their outstanding performance. Having said this, by the power vested in me as the Eastern Africa Statistical Training Center Rector, I now constitute and call upon this gathering to be an official academic forum, and therefore declare this 6th convocation of Eastern Africa Statistical Training Center on this 13th day of December 2023. I expect applause. Guest of honor, like I mentioned before, Today we recognize and celebrate the commendable academic and administrative achievements of EastTech students. So today we are going to award 14 students for academic excellence and 30 students for administrative merit. Having said that, let me describe the awards which will be presented today. Guest of honor, the first award will be the Rector's Prize, and it has several categories. First one, an award to the students with the highest GPA overall amongst the graduates in the Masters of Official Statistics. The prize will be a Crystal Prize, certificates, and some money. The second award under Rector's Prizes is an award to the students with the highest GPA overall amongst graduates in the Bachelor of Official Statistics. The prize will be Crystal Prize, certificates, as well as some monies. And then the third award under the same category will be an award to the students with the highest GPA overall amongst graduates for the ordinary diploma in statistics. The prize will be Crystal Prize, certificates, and also some cash prize. Under the same Rector's Prize, there are going to be an award to the student with the highest GPA overall amongst the graduates in technical certificate in statistics. The prize will be Crystal Prize, certificates, and some cash. The fifth will be an award to the male and female academic staff for research and publications. The award is to the first authorship, the degree to which, these are the categories, the criteria that were used to pick the winners. Yeah, the first criteria was if whoever is the first authorship, and then the degree to which the nominee served as a primary contributor to the research, and also if the journal was a peer-reviewed journal, double-blinded, and then confirmation that the publication underwent a rigorous double-blinded peer review process. Now for this case, we took a publication year from 2021 to 2023. So the eligibility will be limited to that specific time frame. The prize will be cash prize for a male and a female top researcher. But guest of honor, we also have prizes from our stakeholders. We have National Bureau of Statistics Prize. This will be awarded to the student with the highest GPA overall amongst the graduates in the Masters of Official Statistics. We also have Office of Chief Government of Zanzibar, Chief General Statistician of Zanzibar Prize. This will also go to the students with the highest GPA overall amongst the graduates in the Masters of Official Statistics. Guest of honor, you bear with me, we have so many prizes to give today. And also, we have a prize from our stakeholders, Data Vision. It's called Data Vision Prize. This is an award to the student with the highest GPA amongst graduates in the Masters of Official Statistics. And then we have appreciation to students who attend distinction of first class. This comes from the Senate. And then also have an award to all graduates who attained distinction for postgraduates or first class for undergraduates. The award will be a certificate of appreciation from EastTech Senate. Then we have another category, guest of honor, the prize that will come from individual academic staff. First, Godfrey Sagas Prize. This is an academician who has dedicated his award to a student with outstanding performance in agricultural statistics. The prize will be a cash prize. Then we have Leguma Bakari's prizes in different categories. First category is award to the students with outstanding performance in data management analysis with Starter. The prize will be cash prize. We're also embarking on developing a new course that will be offered next year, actuarial statistics. It's an area of which we think is of interest, especially for the investment part of public institutions. So it's in the finishing stage. For those who are going to be around next year, you should have an opportunity to take up on the course. Thank you again, guest of honor, for providing an opportunity for the center to take part in the initiatives that are presented at the ECRF, specifically the areas of internship and also capacity building, as you have mentioned, micro masters. It's an area which can be of benefit to ongoing students as well as the new students that are joining our center. So I assure you that as a management of ESTEC, we'll take upon that opportunity and we'll try to get as much information, and the same will be shared to the relevant students. And I'd also like to thank you. You mentioned a lot on official statistics. Now official statistics become popular. When we started, the word official statistics, it was not very common. So today I was listening to your keynote speech, and every time you mention official statistics, it made me very happy. Because now, at least, data users can tell the difference between unofficial and official statistics. If I ask a question, you know, I'm also a teacher. You don't see me in class. And I do teach. Can you tell me the difference between official statistics and non-official statistics? Any volunteer? Even graduates? They're shy. They know the difference. So, guests of honor, thank you so much for, first of all, for agreeing to come and share the moment with us. We understand your position. You have a very tight schedule, and you chose to attend this ceremony despite all the invitations that you got from other institutions, but you chose ESTEC. So we thank you for that. I also like to thank the Alumni Society, especially for those who share the experience. We thank you very much, because you're not only the alumni, but you're ambassadors. The testimonial that you're given today actually poses a challenge to the ones who are going to graduate tomorrow, as well as the ones who have started pursuing their relevant dreams. Okay, so a lot of examples, practical examples that you've given us, actually you have really enlightened us as we prepare to join the labor market. And also, I'd like to take also this opportunity also to congratulate the awardees, especially those with outstanding performance. Congratulations. But this is not the end of your journey. You're starting actually your journey, and we expect you to maintain this distinction performance in your endeavors. Guest of honor, next year we are still consulting with my colleagues at the management level that we think that we should come up with more meaningful awards. Instead of dishing out money, we want to establish scholarships for outstanding performance. So depending on the relevant authorities that guide our institution, we are thinking of moving to a more meaningful awards. That if someone has an outstanding performance in bachelor's, maybe they can get scholarship at the master's level. instead of dishing out 1 million, 2 million, which may not be very meaningful, than the opportunity that will be availed for the same. Again, I take this opportunity to thank the organization committee. You have done a great job so far. Without you, we will not be in a position to stand before this congregation. To thank you, the chairperson of the organization committee, on behalf of the rest of the members of the committee. I also want to thank the Eastern community. When I say Eastern community, I mean staff and students for participating. Everyone has their part to play in this congregation. And remember, tomorrow we have a bigger day. Yeah, this is academic congregation, but tomorrow we are going to have a bigger day where we'll have to present relevant degrees for those who qualify to graduate. So the same rigor, I argue to have the same rigor tomorrow when we have a bigger day than what we're having today. So I take also again this opportunity to welcome you to the graduation tomorrow. Like has been mentioned, for the first time, it's not going to be done here. And the biggest reason is because of the weather. We were not sure if it's going to rain on the same day, so we moved it to Mlimani City Hall. So I take this opportunity as a rector to invite all of you to come to Mlimani City to celebrate, also congratulate our brothers and sisters who will graduate from relevant programs. Guest of honor, today is not my day. Today was your day, so I don't want to use this platform to give speeches, and I'm good at it. I can go on and on and on and on. But today is my day, so with those few remarks, I welcome again for the next convocation next year. We hope that you'll have a time to come to talk to us or participate, and then we will tell you that last year we promised this, and now we have done so and so, and you're still doing what we have.
Data Vision International is a local professional consulting firm focusing on such important areas of life like statistics, research, ICT, professional development, and systems security in general. We have been in the market for more than 25 years, and I personally have been with them for the past 5 years, supporting professional development section at the organization. On behalf of Data Vision International, let me extend our heartfelt congratulations to everyone who has made this important event a success. And more importantly, for you who are going to graduate tomorrow, it has been a long journey, long journey. There is no short journey, even if it's a 2 days journey. We've been trying to reflect on our professional journey with Dr. Fortunata. Can you imagine we parted ways actually 25 years ago when we were both researchers at ESRF. ESRF, by that time it was just formed to spearhead the privatization process of this country, as the country was turning from purely ujamaa into liberal economy. So we were some of the first people to support the government, because SRF was one of the few think tanks that were formed to spearhead the process. 25 years together, and yet we are still not working with something else, working with the data, working with statistics. And you can see how important your role is And actually, in her presentation, you saw how loaded was it with data. And actually, that is what is expected of you as you are exiting this auspicious college. You've heard from friends who have been in the market, things that they're really experiencing. Sometimes we leave colleges with a lot of hopes, but actually the things that we find in the real life may not necessarily be actually what we have. So thinking beyond the box is really important. I think you have heard from her that the fourth industrial revolution is real, is coming, and it may actually take some of us out of jobs. And we must be prepared for that. So, congratulations for the event that you are going to experience tomorrow for those who have been through this. And also, sorry for those who have failed actually to make it. It is a lesson. We learn from mistakes, and it's not an end of the road. We are sitting in the Senate, and we have to deliberate and actually make some tough decisions for some of you not actually graduating. Sad story. But it has to happen because we must strengthen the integrity of this organization. We must ensure that people who leave this organization actually make a difference actually in the lives of people in this country in the name of quality of education that they get from this college. So from a data vision point of view, almost everything we do involves data, involves statistics. And as such, we find ourselves very, very important stakeholders in this. And I want also to extend our thanks to the organization, leadership, for according us a room, a place in the Senate so that we can contribute in pursuit of statistics-based decision-making in this country through training. Thank you very much. We don't only participate in the Senate. We also try to recognize actual efforts made by students in different fields. And as such, we are the prize givers or sponsors for the Data Vision Prize for the Best Student in Bachelor of Statistics program. This student, plus others who have been awarded and supported, recognized using our prize some years ago, are really encouraged that this is just a beginning. We really need to work harder, and we believe the organization may find a ways actually of retaining these big and good brains that are emerging in this students' community, because we really need to ensure that cascading of knowledge is also something that we promote. We will continue to support prize giving, sponsoring prizes for students who are performing well, not only in Bachelor of Official Statistics. We are thinking of other areas, and that discussion is still going on with the management. And we still also have discussion of developing a comprehensive memorandum of understanding between our organization and this college for broader collaboration, not only in these few areas. That may involve other things like student placements at our, organization for different functions, and especially during internship or during field placement, so that you really experience real life work with statistics. Those who are really those who have statistics and data as their core job. Also, the MOU may also involve other things like working with the organization, working with our extended stakeholders, partners that work with, for job opportunities inside and outside the country, given the networks that we have for students that do well in this area. And of course, given that this fraternity embraces a lot of research and some life-changing projects, we are thinking also over how we can work together to partner together in joint research projects, big and small, and if at all there is a program or project that need to be, run over a certain period of time, involving both staff and student and us, will be ready to work together. This is really in our efforts to work and promote actually a good strategy that the organization has to have businesses, to have the industry actually sharing its experiences with the college, really being able to see things that you are studying in real life situation, and therefore we remain part and parcel of the things that the college has been doing. With that regard, in these few remarks, may I still continue to thank the organization, the management, for continuing to work with us, and rest assured that Data Vision International is committed to the work we are doing, is in support of the work we are doing, and may we continue to work together.
Okay. Kwa majina naitwa Ali Muhammad Ali. Natokea Zanzibar. Ni mwanafunzi muhitimu wa mwaka huu 2023 katika kozi ya Bachelor of Official Statistics. Nimetokea mwanafunzi bora katika kozi hiyo. Najisikia furaha sana, maana ni moja katika ndoto yangu, nilikuwa naomba ndoto moja niyo kupata wanafunzi bora katika chuo hichi hapa. Mimi katika nataka kusema kwa wanafunzi wenzangu kwamba takwimu ni pana. Nakusudia vipi? Yaani kila sekta katika Tanzania au kila taasisi au kila ofisi katika Tanzania inahitaji mtu wa takwimu. Kwa hiyo watu wengine waliokuwa form 6 ambao watakuanza chuo labda mwakani, basi na washauri waje kusoma takwimu, kwa sababu popote utakapokwenda takwimu inatakiwa. Kwa hiyo naomba wanafunzi waje katika chuo cha takwimu ili uje kupata elimu hiyo. Takwimu kweli ni namba, sababu moja ya chuo chetu ni moja ya chuo chetu kinasema sisi tuna plan with figure, waki tuna plan with number. Sawa Kwa hiyo takwimu ni yani katika asilimia zake, ili takwimu ikamilike basi kidogo uwe mzuri katika namba. Ila sio asilimia, kwa sababu takwimu imechanganya. Humo takwimu ndani kuna mambo ya planning, kuna mambo ya policy. Kwa hiyo yote hayo unaweza ukamix, mwisho wa siku ukafanikiwa katika takwimu. Ila tu hesabu muhimu sana katika takwimu. Maana yake vile hesabu ikamilike. Hesabu muhimu sana. Ila tu pia takwimu kwa sasa hivi tumeenda mbele kidogo. Sasa hivi natumia sana package na kusudia starter, R, hizo Excel. Kwa hiyo takwimu kama takwimu ili kamilike, mambo ya data analysis yayo, basi lazima tutumie package ili ikamilike. Kwa hiyo pia na washauri wanafunzi wenzangu chuoni ambao wapo chuoni hapa, masomo mengine wasiache theory hizo, lakini pia masomo ya package wakina R, starter, Excel au na washauri wayakazie, kwa sababu hayo ndio masomo ambayo mtaani mkija yanasaidia sana zaidi sana. Kwanza chuo hichi yani kinahusisha nchi 18 za Afrika Mashariki chuo hichi. Alafu kwa Tanzania chuo hicho ndio kinatokea, yani kinatoa takwimu rasmi kwa Tanzania nzima. Kuna UDSM hapo wanatoa takwimu with economy, Bachelor of Statistics tupu. Kuna UDOM pia anatoa takwimu, lakini takwimu rasmi inapatikana hapa Istek. Sawa Kwa hiyo mtu akitaka kusoma takwimu ili ajiproud kama mimi mtakwimu ambao popote kazi akienda kufanya bila wasiwasi, basi namshauri aje kusoma chuo hichi. Hapo atakuwa mtakwimu mzuri na popote pale kazi anaweza kufanya bila wasiwasi, kwa sababu sisi utofauti wetu sisi na vyuo vingine sana tunasoma masomo mingi sana kwa kutumia package software. Hapa tukisoma somo la theory, lakini mwisho wa siku mwalimu ali-apply katika package. Kwa hiyo mtu anatoka vizuri kimasomo zaidi. Hapo tofauti sisi na vyuo vingine sana tumia package, statistical tools hizo.